We live.
So it is. We're
No,
live. And so you did choose Cena.
no, I
Going
didn't.
against all your ill-advised methods, Manny. You chose Cena, and I am happy you did that. Or
I
you chose a blank image that just has our logo there.
I didn't. So basically, what happened was I love John Cena, but it isn't John Cena.
What? What was the thumbnail then? What?
New women's champion.
That's fantastic. Although, who's throwing up the NWO behind her? Who's representing the Bullet Club or whoever is going up behind her? Like, let me represent it.
Well, so I had numerous other choices. I was like, let me
Okay.
go with what's hot. Let's go with Raw. Because
Okay.
obviously, if we did the show yesterday and done Money in the Bank, these would be more applicable. How fire is that?
Yep,
Look at
there's
that! Look at the
Jacob.
angry tribal chief behind him, like you motherfucker.
You motherfucker stood in my spotlight. They're acknowledging you. That reaction was a lot higher than anybody on the show. F you, John Cena. F you. And I ain't talking about your finishing move either.
Bro, you can't see me.
Yeah. How annoyed does he look? He looks so annoyed. Like, come on, bruh. It's not 2010. Come on, bruh.
It still works in 2021. I popped.
Come, come on, bro. I had the better Fast and the Furious movie. Come on. I was in Hobbs and Shaw. You may not see me in the background. But you have to acknowledge that I was in there. Acknowledge me in the Fast and the Furious franchise. All right, Jacob.
Yeah, and then Roman was so pissed off.
Yes.
He released a diss track. This is the album cover. This is the album cover.
We have the NWA at home. All right. We even have our own Jerry Heller in the background, holding our gold record or platinum record or whatever.
What do you think this? What do you think this mixtape's called?
Probably acknowledge me or don't drive with Jimmy Uso.
I was gonna say DUIs and tables. Or the tables have turned.
The tables have turned. Oh man, acknowledge them. I really hope Naomi joins the group and be the fourth title amongst them,
Yeah,
as the rumor
100%.
says.
And then my boy Big E.
I'm shocked your boy didn't get the cover.
Well, I wanted to, but like, none of these pictures are good. Like even this one, like.
It's all right.
I could have had the pictures that they took like backstage with Woods and the now deceased Kofi Kingston.
Hey, other than the death of Kofi Kingston, this has been the greatest time to be a black wrestler. You're doing it all right now. You're doing it all. You're champion,
though?
even though Kofi died. Everybody else is doing well. And
I
Keith
don't know.
Lee, he's not.
I don't know about Keith Lee. Recently
He's not
released
doing
from prison.
He's not doing well. He's not doing well. Yeah,
Recently
he's not doing
released from prison.
well. Yeah, I can't believe he got out. He got that Cosby shit.
You can't bring that up. What?
Cosby got.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh!
Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Oh man, we put some bass in our voice, didn't we, Manny? Put some
I
bass
think
in
we
our voice
did.
with that.
I
one.
think we did.
Oh man,
New-
that's
new-
our heel turn music.
New thumping music. I like it because it also reminds me of Bobby Lashley's theme tune at the same time.
It does. Dun, 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 dun. Fucking Goldberg. Let's start the show. I got so much to talk about, Manny.
Welcome,
I have
everyone.
to talk about the emotions that I've been through. My emotions
Your
have
emotions.
taken over me about wrestling.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show. I, of course, Lord Manny Hayes. I'm joined by...
The extremely emotional Marcus, the grand finale. I'm pointing in the wrong direction, but you know what? This way works too.
Hey.
We
So,
fuse together and come with one hot take, one masterful take after we fuse together, and it's probably gonna end up being like, we're always okay.
so, actually, let's just get into it. Money in the Bank. See what I did there? See what I did there?
See what you did there? Yes.
Started off with the pre-show. The Rey Mysterio is going into a portal.
Time traveling or whatever they're doing.
They were in
it was
Egypt.
so cheap.
I'm pretty sure they were in Egypt with the pyramids.
No, they were at an Aztecian temple in Mexico. Or what used to be Mexico, probably California at this point, that was stolen or whatever. Some stolen land. I'm sure it's stolen now. But they're back. They time travel. And you know what? They have an excuse of why they lost their titles. Not because the Usos cheated, but similar to Dante Wilder, they were exhausted after doing time travel. Pure jet lag. Pure jet lag.
That is not an excuse. I'm sorry, but that is not an excuse.
That is an excuse. You've never time traveled or traveled through a portal, Manny. You don't know how exhausting it really is.
Marcus, you don't know about my life outside this show. I could be a time traveling detective for all you know.
Damn, you're going out. You're one of those detectives that go out to Carmen San Diego wearing time, huh?
This whole I work in HR is the front.
Good morning, young detective. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Did you ever have that in the United States or in the UK?
I think we did, but I never really watched it.
Okay.
Because my jam was Ghostwriter.
Oh yeah, that was the shit. That was the shit. Solve those mysteries. Go try to hover over. Teach the people how to read. I think. Black dude was the only person in town with a computer. It was crazy. It was crazy. It gave me dreams. Gave me dreams that I could have a computer one day. This show wouldn't exist if damn, I can't remember his name, but he had that computer.
So we do have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, as Rey Mysterio and Dominic did lose this match. They did try and play off that the Usos did something wrong with that pin, but nothing wrong with it.
It was a leverage. He got leverage from the brother on the outside. What are you talking about? They cheated.
How many times have you seen pins where someone has like stood over or pressed onto the other tag team partner when they pin someone?
I'm not
Numerous
talking about
times.
the other times, Manny. I'm not talking about the other time. I'm talking about this time. The Mysterios were cheated. They were cheated on a pre-show.
Yeah,
Don't cheat
well,
nobody on a pre-show.
well, Mysterio's a bad father. He deserves it. He watched his son get powerbombed on Friday. I'm just saying. He did nothing. And then this is then followed up on the main show with the women's Money in the Bank. Not the best match, in my opinion. I think I was happy that it started off the show when you look at it as a whole, because everything else kind of just went up for me. And I'm not talking about my penis.
Whoa. It's one thing for me to talk about Cosby getting out of jail. Next thing, you talk about your penis, we're crossing the line. That's crossing the line. Oh. Penises are weapons in this world. What I'm saying is that this match, it was okay. I wasn't blown away, or, there wasn't anything that was like, man, I'm really glad they had this match. Because I wasn't really rooting for anybody. I was watching it going like, who do I care about this match? And then when Nikki won, I went, really? I guess. I wasn't happy for her. I wasn't against it. It was more like, I guess, this is like Otis winning last year.
Well, no, I would guess so, but I didn't like. Obviously, we now know she's the Raw Women's Champion after cashing in on Charlotte. Um, interesting, interesting to say the least. Because I thought she would hold on to it a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I was upset with this cash in.
So was I.
Normally I don't, because I'm going Charlotte and Rhea on Money in the Bank. Arguably, in my opinion, probably had the best match or top 2 matches of the night. Top 2 or 3. One of the top matches. It was a good match. And they had a very serious match. Therefore, but then on Raw, they just rematched it up. And then there was a cash in after. I just feel like, Money in the Bank, that meant all that work they put in on that show, in that match means absolutely nothing. Because
it did. It did, but they didn't need to put the title on Charlotte. I genuinely feel bad for Charlotte. Yes, she's an 11-time women's champion. They didn't add the NXT title to that list that she had last year. So
we know what they think about NXT up here in the main roster.
So
up here on the USA Network.
But I felt like Charlotte hasn't had like a meaningful title run in a very long time. Like the NXT one was kind of long-ish, but like every time she wins it, she like almost automatically loses it. She's like the greatest transitional champion ever.
It's not about her title runs, but everybody blames her for having. Oh, she's always the champion. No, she's always going after the title. Anyway, either way, people are gonna be upset. Whether she lose it fast or keep it too long, they're gonna hate Charlotte over. And I'm happy that she lost it. I would have rather see Rhea retain, because Becky's coming back, and I don't know what show she's coming back to. Maybe SmackDown or Raw, who knows? But we know it's not NXT. But she come back. I'd rather see Becky versus someone else other than Charlotte.
Well, this was my problem with this opening match. The fans didn't really give it the opportunity at the beginning. Like, yeah, it was a bit slow and stuff like that. Like, they were feeling each other out in that sense. Then the constant screams for Becky and stuff like that. Sure, like Becky may have sent out. Yeah, Becky may have sent out that tweet, but like
she always does that though. She's been doing that for every pay-per-view since she had the baby. Since
the Royal Rumble, she's been doing it constantly. And then these fans started to chant her name, and I felt it was very disrespectful to the two in the ring.
Yeah,
but
they turned it.
They turned it, and then it was a great match.
Yeah,
incredible.
It was yeah, and I thought that shows the worth of Charlotte Flair. And I know there's people out there that hate Charlotte Flair, or they're saying I'm sucking Charlotte Flair's dick, which is really odd.
So you're on Andrade?
I am going to kill Death Triangle too. I'm also doing that. Maybe I am Andrade. I'm slowly transformed to Andrade. Oh, Tranquilo. right before he sucks it. Oh. But it shows that, she is one of the best in the world. You need to put respect on her name. And Rhea wasn't really doing anything with the title anyway. And I'm just want to say this for the record, hot take or not, Becky can't do this in the ring. Becky is more of a character than she is a person in the ring. You can get attached to Becky, but in the ring, Becky never has a great match with me. Unless she's with like a Charlotte or Sasha or Bayley.
Well, do you know what? To be honest, it'd be interesting to actually see Becky come back, because like I felt she was losing momentum when she was leaving, just as she was going. Because she had held the title for about a year and a bit, and then it's just like you're going nowhere. Like your character's become stale. Like, where do you go from here? Because like, yeah, she had a face busted open, and that was a good run. But like, what have you done since?
Yeah, she's a better person chasing the title than being champion.
Yeah,
I didn't really care about her being champion.
All
right.
Who else are we talking about? We got. I can't even remember half the matches now.
Well, you can talk about Omos and the what do they call themselves now? The Viking Raiders.
No. Now, some
the
people.
quickest man in the world.
So some people are saying the Ricochet spot was the best spot. No, I beg to differ. Omos throwing AJ Styles into a Hurricane Runner on the outside. Beautiful.
Beautiful art.
Magnifique.
That was a pretty cool spot when I saw it. I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. But you know what? I respect that. Jesus,
you know what, Marcus? That was phenomenal. All puns intended.
All puns intended. It ain't no fun unless the homie has puns.
Yeah, I thought this was a fun match. Obviously, Michael Sidgwick of What Culture didn't. Michael Sidgwick is a prick.
Fuck him. He doesn't know anything good if he's ever seen anything. Unless it's on AEW where, you know, you can have QT Marshall and Brock Anderson in a match and all of a sudden it's a 17-star classic. Must-see TV. And download Dark Elevation 2. Whatever stream they're putting it on. Maybe like, damn, that's one hell of a show. 40 ups, 2 downs. What's it down for? It wasn't long enough. I could have went longer. No, get out of here. But it was a solid match, the tag match. Also, on the show we had what am I blanking out? Was that it? That was the only other sub match? Yeah, maybe it was. The men's Money in the Bank.
I enjoyed it. Like, I did feel like, yeah, the fans made this match. Like, I didn't enjoy what they did to Charlotte and Rhea, but they made this match, and they kept showing this fucking guy, this fucking white guy in a blazer and everything, clapping away like yes, all the way through it. I was like, who is this guy?
Let that dude milk his paradise. This was him in heaven. Like, yes, this is what I've always dreamed. To be in Texas, watching guys take ladder bumps and, you know, do stunts and go crazy and almost die. This is my heaven right here. But overall, I thought this was a really good, fun match. I thought everybody had moments. Johnny Drip and Seth Rollins arguing over his hair and then teaming up just to step on Riddle. I don't know why I love that.
It's the pairing. As Eric texts me, I think he texted the group. I'm not even sure which chain it was in. He said this is the partnership he needed, and I feel like it is. Like, yes. Like we never knew we needed this. I was like, I need this.
Yes. Like it was nice. I was like, yeah, get him. I enjoyed a lot of spots. I enjoyed some of the parkour that Morrison was doing. Ricochet, you know, his athleticism was ridiculous and flipping outside. I thought everybody had their moment in it. And, you know, Kevin Owens didn't really do anything, but everybody else had their moment.
Yeah, but I don't think Big E did it really either. Big E, the eventual winner, didn't really have anything major in it other than the big ending spot.
He got the big ending spot. At least he has.
Although
that,
I am,
you know, I think
I am intrigued about a few.
Did he tackle Drew out the ring and did his spear spot?
Yeah.
You know, him and Drew had their moment 1-on-1.
I am intrigued. I would like to see that in the future. I feel like that could be a good match.
You got to turn Drew heel. I didn't mean to talk about the late R&B group, Drew Hill, Star Cisco, but you got to turn him heel.
Riddle was incredible in the Money match. Him applauding everyone as they did their entrances was hilarious.
Yes. But his Randy Orton, when he went full Randy. He was
doing RKO galore in this match.
Yeah. He turned the RKO to V-triggers real quick.
He was like Oprah handing out gifts with RKOs. You get an RKO. You get an RKO. You get an RKO.
And nothing's better than him punching the ground. And I'm just like, man, I'm all for this. And I hope, for whatever reason, Randall Keith Orton and him have either a match against each other at the SummerSlam, or that they They have. I got distracted by the Drew Hill comment.
Yeah, so did I. I couldn't ignore it. I had to put it up.
It was hard to not do it. Or that they team together and fight Omos and AJ, which would also be good. Which would be unique. It'd be unique, but it'd be a big SummerSlam match. But I want them to be enemies. I think the match would just be amazing. Because I don't think Riddle can have a bad match with anybody. And it's with Randy Orton, who might be motivated. Who knows what he's up to these days.
Well, I definitely feel like he is motivated, especially working with these younger talents, but like people he's actually interested in helping succeed. Because I think Randy knows his spot now. I think he's comfortable in his spot. He's making the right amount of money for him. He's comfortable in his spot. He knows he's Randy fucking Orton. That's all he needs to know who he is. He is the best of the best that's currently like long term on the main roster at the moment. That is like over 40.
Yeah, he's the oldest and only one going consistently on the WWE roster. He's been doing it for like 500 years since he was like 12.
Yeah.
The only one that's been there through Ruthless Aggression and the PG era and the current whatever era we're in, the Big E era, or the Black Champion era, as I like to call it. Because black people are rising in the WWE. As in, we got Bianca. Sasha is doing stuff. She's probably coming back at the SummerSlam. Who knows? But you got Big E is the Money in the Bank. Bobby is the champion with MVP as his mouthpiece. And he got him killing Kofi. Oh, that was the other match. Bobby killing Kofi Kingston.
That was a murder. Like you know, that was on par with Brock Lesnar, John Cena at SummerSlam many years ago.
Yeah.
That was on par.
Like, what did Kofi do to deserve this?
I was all for it.
The bear. It's Woods' fault. It's that damn Xavier Woods. He just came out there. Do you remember that scene in Boys in the Hood when they brought Ricky to his home and his mama is like hitting Doughboy and saying, "What did you do? What did you do?" That's what I want to be when I see Woods and Kofi laying there dead. What did you do, Woods? Why? Why'd you get him killed?
Thing is, so for weeks now on the New Day podcast, they've been talking about when they die that they need to be Weekend at Bernie for their death, and I felt like the picture of Big E with Kofi was the perfect opportunity. It's like, why are you having pictures with a dead man? I thought, oh, he's clearly being Weekend at Bernie right now. And I was 100% all for it, Marcus.
All right, so Big E has the briefcase. Who do you think he's cashing it in on?
I think he might
him to cash it in on.
I think he's obviously gonna wait because obviously we now got this. We've got this Goldberg situation with Bobby, and then we've got John Cena with Roman going into SummerSlam. So I think, if anything, we've got Big E cash. I would like to see Big E cash on Goldberg because that would be funny to me. And obviously, there's various videos of Big E saying his dream match is Goldberg. So what's more fitting for him to cash in and beat Goldberg for the title? I feel like that would probably be his dream. But if you really wanted to test yourself, wouldn't you go after the big fish of Roman?
Not right now. No, not me. I want to become a champion. I don't want to lose. I feel like the Usos will get involved. Maybe even Seth Rollins with jealous ass will get involved, or Edge and a piece of a chair, and then sneaky Daniel Bryan may come back. I don't even want to mess with anything on SmackDown. They seem to got their shit together. If I'm cashed in, I'm going to NXT. Where that champion is weak. He's losing to Jeff Hardy on Monday nights. I'm saying no.
Well, that man has lost everything. that man has clearly lost everything. That just looks sad.
Yeah. He looks like a man that's going through a divorce. And you just feel like, damn, they took the wife. The wife is gone. The kids are gone. He only has his belt, which is like some car that he's probably going to pawn off. Just so he can pay the rent, eating TV dinners and stuff. I don't know what they did to that man. They took it all away from him. But if I'm Big E, I really hope that Bobby Lashley gets jumped by Kofi Woods and E cashes in right after.
I'm popping because I also have that shirt. The Macho Man shirt.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a very popular shirt.
I really love that
Goldberg
shirt.
Don't win, though. I hope Goldberg don't win. I know we're not on Raw, but I hope the guy. I'm gonna start going to church just to make sure Goldberg don't win. Jesus.
Yeah, but you know, and we'll get on it when we get to Raw. But that reaction for Goldberg, that's the reason. That's the reason why they keep bringing him back. Let's get to it. Roman versus why am I mind gone blank?
It's just Roman versus himself.
Well, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? As soon as John Cena came back, Edge means nothing to me.
Is that the story of Edge's life? The damn John Cena. He takes it away.
Yeah, Edge means nothing.
They had like an hour of setting up this match, basically, of entrances and video packages. And then we start the match and they're filling each other out. They have the match. Rollins interferes. Edge loses. Roman wins. And then lo and behold, Mr. You Can't See Me shows up to probably the biggest pop of the night. And the biggest pop we've probably heard in probably 2 years of wrestling anywhere. John Cena has returned to tell the big dog you can't see me. And they will be fighting at the SummerSlams.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. This is the Battle of Titans right here. I know people talk about their megastars and all that. And these are two megastars. And I don't mean this as disrespect, although it's probably going to sound very disrespectful. Best in the world. This is going to sound disrespectful. Slammiversary happened this weekend. I think it was Saturday, right? Kenny Omega defeated Sami Callihan. And then Jay White came in at the end. And it's like, oh, we're going to get Kenny Omega, Jay White. That's great. Boom. I feel like WWE did their own version of that. And it's like, nah, motherfucker, we got John Cena and Roman Reigns. And you go like, shit, that's big league. And like, it just puts it down. Even though it's a big deal with Jay White coming at the end and, Too Sweet to Good. John Cena be a one man looking at Roman going, and it's just like, it's just big. That just seems epic as the main event of SummerSlam, and that's putting asses in the seats.
So, what was that show on Saturday called?
Slammiversary?
It was Slammiversary, wasn't it? I was thinking it was something else. But I didn't make it past a certain match. I was like, I'm done. Would you like to take a guess what that match was?
I'm going to say because you hate Tosh. I don't even know if they were on the card. Go ahead. I don't know everything on the card, but go ahead.
Zack Ryder, Chelsea Green versus Tenille Dashwood and Brian Myers. Why the fuck was that happening? I could not care less. Could not care less.
Excuse me. First of all, Manny, Matt Cardona. Okay? Get it right.
Oh, fuck him.
Right? Matt
No, he's Zack Ryder. Ultimate jobber. Ultimate. The Ultimo Jobbo.
Ultimo Jobbo. The man that doesn't have any belts. He can't even get a belt. Like when the airport's all, please put all your belts in the thing. Doesn't have one. Doesn't have one. No respect. Ultimo Jobbo. Yeah, it is insane how powerful John Cena. I mean, it's been a while since you had a wrestling megastar. And John Cena is amazing. You can see there's levels to this. Like, you can get your pop. And even Roman doesn't have this pop. It's just like the Cena pops, the Austin pops, the Rock pops, and even that motherfucker Hogan pops. There's just a different level to that. And I agree with Ross. Pat getting hyped. Oh my God!
Pat McAfee. People don't deserve Pat McAfee. He is too good.
Yeah. I swear to God, he had no clue John Cena was coming out. And as a fan, he just marked out. That's how good it was. Like, no clue. As Michael Cole going, oh my God, it's John Cena or whatever. He go through his bit. And Pat McAfee is like, oh my God, and I don't see him. I can't see him. and it's the full enthusiasm that every wrestling fan had. And you know what? I am pumped. And even him throwing up the NWO side.
Yeah, he did
it. Reason, yeah, he just came out. Reference the Firefly Funhouse that he got out. I want to see the alternate universe of this. I know Marvel has the multiverse. I want to see the multiverse version of WWE where John Cena was the leader of the NWO.
So Ross in the mid-card mess said, on the photo of John Cena doing that, said, thank God he finally got out of the funhouse.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, so what is this? Is this just the photo is just a PTSD. He just froze it up because he's been stuck in that universe.
He's been living in that universe. There's a dope-ass universe where John Cena led the NWO for about 5 years. Until WCW finally went out of business after losing to AEW. It's a weird universe.
I think he would have made a better Hogan.
I don't know. Hogan was pretty good. With all his fun, I enjoyed NWO Hogan more than I ever enjoyed.
Well, who would you compare if he was going to be in the NWO? Who would you compare him to? Possibly Nash. Possibly. Because Cena is funny. Yeah.
No, he would have been Hogan because he's the big guy. He would have been the third man. He's the leader.
I think he would have been bigger than Hogan.
But who's his outsiders?
Cena ain't got real do you know what? I'm going Crime Time.
Yeah, me too. I was at CTC. It's happening. CTC is happening. It's happening. They're spray painting poopy on stuff. That was controversial. But it was so weird hearing John Cena universally cheered. Because remember when he originally came back.
Ross said the Street Profits, which would also be good. But come on, man.
It would be good.
If we were living in the alternative universe, Crime Time.
Crime Time. Come on. You get the feels too. You get the feels like Chad. JTG, and he's jacked.
What level is the Goldberg pop? I would say an all-time racial high of extreme, because their white superhero is coming to attack a black man.
I don't even know. The Goldberg pop was really high too. Like, you know, and no disrespect to Edge's pop. Edge got a good pop on SmackDown and on Money in the Bank. But I would put Edge and Goldberg in the same level of pop. Cena was oh my god. It was infectious. I had people at my job talking about John Cena's back. I'm like, oh my god.
Jesus, you can't see this, but the Bashams I haven't heard in a very long time. That is a name I have not heard in such a long time. Doug and Danny Basham.
Next thing you know, he's gonna bring up the Gemini.
Ooh, the Gemini.
That's who
else used to fuck with JBL and his team? Orlando Jordan.
You got Oach. You had what's her
Jillian
name?
Hall.
Not Lillian Garcia. Jillian.
Before she started singing. And had that shit growing on her face.
No, this is mid shit on her face, right? This is prime shit on her face. And then
this is and then the boogeyman. Yeah. Why do we remember this?
Dark times. You remember the worst stuff and never the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
So where do you rank this Money in the Bank pay-per-view? Because I thought it probably is the best thing since best pay-per-view in a very long time. If you take WrestleManias out of the equation, best pay-per-view in a very long time.
To me, night one of WrestleMania, if I'm going over the year, just the year, night one of, WWE pay-per-views, night one of WrestleMania loses to this one. This might be the pay-per-view of the year. Just because of all the excitement, surprises. It was everything you could want in a wrestling show. Stunts, drama, freak show tall guys throwing guys.
Returns.
People flipping all over the place. Returns. Great matches. Just overall, just like and a ref bump just to be on top of that. I still don't know what happened to Charles Robinson. They were like his knee, and I'm like, where? What happened to him? He died. I think he died.
Well, it was one of those more like football player ones where you get grazed slightly and then you die.
I have no idea what happened to him. I was like, is he okay? I hope he's really okay, because that didn't look good at all.
So let's move over.
Worst breath bumps ever.
Let's move over to Monday Night Raw. But I just want to remind people of where we were with Monday Night Raw last week.
That man looked like he would kill Coffin. Yeah, that man would kill a man. When I could just kill a man.
That man murdered Kofi Kingston. He was not seen on Raw this week.
Yeah. Oh, he shouldn't be seen for a while. As Ryan tweeted, the ghost of Kofi Kingston helped Big E get to there. It propelled him.
So Raw kicks off with John Cena. Pat McAfee still couldn't see the man. John Cena said he's back for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam because Roman Reigns is an asshole, and said he needs to be knocked down a peg. And I don't think we can. I don't know where we stand with the following statement: Roman is arrogant, self-absorbed, overhyped, overprotected, overexposed.
Ooh.
He's an overexposed gimmick who isn't as over as he says he is, and that's coming from John Cena.
Ooh, throwing daggers out there. Cena coming out with villainy and hate and shock value words of over, and next thing you know he's gonna call somebody a mark.
I am looking forward to these two going at each other because, do you remember the last time these two were in a ring with mics? John Cena owned him.
Yeah, he torched him, and because Roman was stumbling over words, but this is a different Roman.
Roman is in a different place now.
Did you see him at the pay-per-view? The shit talking he was talking. I'm 260 pounds and I'm gonna hold you in this headlock. I do it because I can. Don't fucking clap. Don't clap, you my bitch. And I'm like, man, this is a different beast. And I can't wait to see what he does in the mic. Wait to hear what Heyman. This is gonna be one of the best hype matches ever with mic skills, I think.
Yeah, and then John Cena's probably gonna put him on another galaxy. he's going to be a completely different universe at this point. He's going to put him over huge. And then we get the John Cena Matt Riddle bro off, bruh. Which was good. It was nice. It was a nice interaction, and they had it like I'm looking forward to seeing all this Cena stuff going on. I'm back in the C Nation, and the C Nation has risen and grew up, and now their voices are deeper, and you guys are all in trouble. We've all hit puberty now. Why have you made him sound like Bane? Why does all the C Nation sound like Bane?
That's what they all grew up into. Why not? Let's go. It's gonna be let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. So that's gonna be where we're at with John Cena now. The kids have hit puberty, and they're louder, and they're probably even more angrier,
and their voices are cracking.
Yeah.
We get AJ Styles, Omos, Johnny Drip Drip versus the Viking Raiders and Riddle. It was a fun little match. I like that Omos got pissed.
Yeah, what the fuck you went me for? It was a good stunt. Honestly, I'm gonna say it was believable that the Miz did it. It seemed like he fucked up. He went a black man for no reason. He had flashbacks of his grandparents getting shot with the holes at the Watts riots. He was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Miz? I'm going to have to kill you." And yeah, they ended up losing to Riddle and the Raiders, but I was okay with it all. It was a nice little match. It was a nice start to Raw. I was on board with Raw at this point.
Is it wrong that I wanted to see the Miz roll himself back up the ramp again?
I honestly thought he was about to be put on his back again, and I was like, ah.
A match that no one really needed. Elias versus Riker, another symphony of destruction. I don't know why the fans were into this, other than to cheer Riker, the racist.
Well, Manny, this is the first, I think, I think we had some live attendance Symphony of Destructions. but I was like, this is going on. It went on for a while. I think they got like 2 commercial breaks. I felt like maybe
it didn't need it.
But I felt like it went on and on. But it was there. Did I hate it? No. Did I hate Riker? Yes. Do I think this feud needs to stop? And I don't know where we're going. That this stipulation should not have happened. But, it's going to go on. So, I give it a pass, Manny.
You're giving it a pass.
It got through it. This was almost a strike on our strike bell. But I
don't have a strike this week.
What? I got like several.
I don't have a strike this week.
I got frustrations.
Charlotte Flair's coronation, the 11-time women's champion. They've not acknowledging NXT. What the hell was this segment? Like, I don't actually get. Speech. Yeah, I don't actually get anything that happened in this. And then obviously, I don't enjoy Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville anymore.
So I enjoy Charlotte attacking the crowd, talking about Becky's at home breastfeeding. Although Becky had a response that her being at home breastfeeding is more over than your entire division, which is also true. It's a good comeback on both parts. And so I'm going to say I agree with you. I don't understand what happened because Rhea came out there and was like, Charlotte, in her Australian accent, I'm not going to even attempt, was like, you say you can beat me on any night, how about tonight? And she's like, nah. For what? For what? And then Deville and Pierce is like, yeah, tonight. And I'm like, why?
I did like the distraction of the heel to the knee. The heel to the knee and then the quick escape. I think that was probably one of the funniest things I've seen.
And abandoning one shoe.
Yeah.
I can live without that other heel. I'm just going to walk up here. I hope nobody noticed.
Charlotte is more destructive with no shoes on than she is with shoes on. She is the Matt Riddle.
If she adopted Matt Riddle's philosophy of no shoes on, she could be the most dangerous woman alive. Watch out now.
So, as a fellow Marine, I hope he is successful, but he can tone down that racist attitude a peg. A peg? No, he needs to tone down that whole racist attitude in total.
Yeah, I mean, Riker, I don't even understand it. All his rhetoric, he should just... It's pity go how... I believe WWE have a racial level in which the referee was that standard. I forgot his name already. When you go too far, I feel like Riker is right under him. It's like Vince is like, kind of far. Kind of stay in the AJ Undertaker lane, all right? Don't go too far down there.
Okay, Marcus, I did find my strike. I was in a good mood when I was watching this and writing these notes that I completely forgot about it. I did find my strike.
Okay.
Tamina and Natty versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
This is a strike. This whole fucking thing.
This was horrible.
I swear to God, if I see Shayna Baszler gets pinned one more time, there has been nobody in wrestling that has gotten more losses this year, I think, than Shayna Baszler. He just takes pins. None of this makes sense. Reginald ends the segment as 24/7 champion after pinning Tozawa, which I felt like was a disgrace to wrestling. I feel like we went too far. And Nia Jax turning on Reggie in a swerve turn. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Why?
Do you know what that was? That was an updated version of "I'm sorry, I love you" super kick, because it was a hug into a headbutt, and it was incredible. I was like, "Yes, you deserve this."
I mean, Shayna just argued with but the crowd was chanting for Shayna, and what we really wanted, because the crowd was chanting Shayna, was Shayna to beat both of them up. Just go ham and go crazy and be vicious. You know what? I long for the days when Shayna was biting necks. I long for that. compared to what we get now.
That needs to come back. As soon as Becky comes back, she needs to bite her.
Yeah, just bite her on the neck. Just bite somebody on the neck, all right?
We already know she's vulnerable at that point. That's her point. The neck is vulnerable to her.
I need Shayna to go back to NXT and join Diamond Mine. Just to give him something.
No.
To give him something. Just to give Diamond Mine something.
No, we are giving Dynamite nothing. They have 6 more weeks before I rule them dead.
You know what? Honestly, in the history of NXT, a product that I love, and the greatest wrestling show currently going today, in my opinion, fight me if you want. Maybe SmackDown give them a run for their money. Diamond Mine's the worst thing they've ever created. And I'm talking worse than Conan Reeves. They're low.
He's still out there somewhere. Conan Reeves is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, Dynamite is lower than what's that wrestler name? I forget his name every other week. The one who's Pat Patterson's favorite idol or whatever.
Oh, Jake Atlas.
Jake Atlas. Nothing there.
No, Pat Patterson wasn't his idol. I swear he said it was Trish Stratus.
I don't know. If it was Trish, I respect him more, and that he isn't milking the gay thing like that for cash. Like,
He needs something. He needs something to him. He needs something. But
yeah,
so
just like Diamond Mine. Both got nothing.
Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo. Sheamus was in the back arguing his point why he had to face him. It was a decent match. Humberto was dumb enough to punch the steel mask, and then that led to a bro kick. But no Damian Priest this week.
No, he was looking in the back. Remember, he was looking on at the
Oh yeah, he was watching the TV like that.
So, I'm looking forward to their match. It's kind of a slow build to SummerSlam. And I hope Priest goes to defend the entire Latino Latino locker room and beat up Sheamus for that United States title.
So Bobby Lashley has an open challenge. I'm
disappointed in Bobby Lashley. I know he's serious again.
Levi is in the chat. Said Keith Lee is out on bail, free like OJ and Cosby.
In defense of OJ, which is sad. OJ was locked up and he's out on good behavior or whatever he's in for. Cosby found some loophole in jail in which you can just walk out when you're tired. Oh, done with jail. I'm out.
If anyone doesn't
understand, is going me next.
If anyone doesn't understand that comment from Levi, go check out the videos on the channel. There's a Keith Lee is going to jail video on there. It's one of our. We hope it's a recurring series that we'd like to call the sharp side of the ring.
That's so great. That is great. Well done, Manny. Well done. I don't know when you thought of that, but well done. The sharp side of the ring.
Just now. So Keith Lee returns to accept the challenge. I thought it was a good match. I don't think the internet did. I felt like Bobby should have.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I felt like Bobby should have struggled to beat Keith. But I want to see what they do with Keith after this, because Eric raised a good question, especially after the Karrion Kross debut of was this punishment for NXT losing to AEW?
Ooh. Now that's an interesting take. That could be true. You know, I didn't even consider that. And normally I just brush off Eric comments of this is old man banter. I believe he heard it on Busted.
I believe he heard it on Busted Open Radio first. So he thought it'd be an interesting topic. Yeah.
He stole it. I thought he had it. I want to say I have not heard that take before, and that is a good take. But it could be that Vince is a little jealous of the internet wrestling fans supporting NXT, or it's that Vince still has that mindset of, if you come from another company and you come to my company, I'm going to prove to you that my company is better than yours, damn it. Don't care. Because He treats NXT wrestlers like shit. Whether you're Shayna, whether you're Keith Lee, or Karrion Kross. Now, of the three I just mentioned, Keith Lee has had the best road by one, missing TV for 6 months, and then only defeating Randy Orton and only getting beat by the most dominant champion we currently have right now. Only for soggy ass Goldberg to come out there. Goldberg looks like the worst, the oldest frosty flake that is stuck inside your milk at the very end. And I don't even want it. I just pour it down the drain. Just pour it down. Don't even want it. It's just been there.
Well, I don't know where I because in response to Eric, I was like, I'm not sure where I stand on all of NXT because like obviously Priest is up there, but I don't know if they hate him or not yet. It doesn't seem like they hate him yet. He seems to be doing all right, even though he played a bit part character to Bad Bunny.
Yep. It might just be modern NXT though. TV USA Network NXT.
But that
it could be that frustration.
But Damian Priest was part of that generation.
Yeah, and he's like in the middle of it. We'll see what happens with him and Sheamus.
And then obviously Finn Balor was there for the main ride of AEW versus NXT.
Finn Balor, like in any of your football teams, man, he was on loan. He was on loan. He was not a part of them. And Vince was like, "Can I get my boy back? You guys are ruining him, damn it. He's out there talking all tough, having good matches and shit. I want him back in. I want him painted. I want him painted. I want him painted, and I want him dancing.
I want him dancing.
One of my mixed match challenges, all right? Keith Lee did.
Do you think this was just because of all that legal battle that we've seen come up about Keith Lee's name and stuff like that? It's interesting. It's very interesting to see where this leads, because is he back? Was he just back because he's a hometown boy? Kind of situations.
I don't know what this was about, because it was nice to see him back. I was like, oh man, WWE is going to be in some weird groove when they call people back. When I was watching Raw, I was like, they're in some groove. They're in a mode of like, all right, you think AEW's excited from a crowd? Check out all the people we have returning week in and week out, and all this excitement and stuff that our fans bring.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen anyway. I think that's what's going to happen anyway. You're going to get a lot of returns. You're going to get a lot of bits and pieces debuts, so they can keep up the momentum of these shows going into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because you can't go into SummerSlam starting this high and then going...
Yeah. So it's going to... we shall see what happened to Keith Lee if he comes back. I was more concerned about Cross. I don't understand what this is about.
Well, he doesn't give a fuck about NXT, does he?
I don't know why he called him up. I don't know why he brought him on TV with the belt. Why his Scarlet Guard? His entrance is half-ass. And you know, there's one thing you can't knock about that man, Manny, and that was his presentation. You know, he almost looked like a big deal sometimes.
Do you know what this feels like?
Everything away from him.
Do you know what this feels like? It's a rehash of a current story that's going on. Sad Baron Corbin. This is what happened. He lost his entrance. He lost his woman.
He literally looks like in that entrance right there, Manny. That Vince McMahon punched him in the stomach. Right there. It's like, oh, this is a real hit in the gut that you're bringing me out here like this. I don't.
Do you think he can turn it? I think
he's the main eventing.
So there's already talk about why he's come up without Scarlett, and apparently Vince thinks he would be a bigger star without her. So it's interesting to see what direction they go with her with afterwards.
Well, you suggested the same. Well, not suggested the same thing, but you had suggested that he is Mark Merrill when she's around. Like,
yeah, and I think
Sable, and he becomes Mark Merrill, and in a way, that's kind of what Vince would be thinking if that's the rumor.
Well, like, I think that's the case. I definitely think that's the case. I don't think he's that good. He's improved, but he's had incredible competition to get him to where he was. And I think he's going to stand out like a sore thumb on the main roster without Scarlet and all that witchcraft and everything that goes on with that character. I think it's going to stand out, and I think it may fail.
Yeah.
Like, he's been all right. I'm guessing like he's got a following, so I'm guessing it's been all right in the past where he wasn't with Scarlet. But it's interesting to see where they go with it.
Okay, so Manny, this is I gave Keith Lee 2 strikes for what they did with that, because I was like, I don't even know what we're doing with this. Why? You could have had this happen. Bobby could have beat up anybody this week.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. He could have beat up anybody.
So, he could have beat up anybody this week, so that's why he gets 2 strikes. And then Keith Lee coming back, and I'm going like, oh, it's nice to see you, but where's this going? And you just have fear and just flashbacks of how bad NXT wrestlers do and all this stuff. And so when Cross came out and he lost to Jeff Hardy, I went, ugh. But I didn't give this segment a strike for one reason, Manny. One reason only.
What's that?
Well, maybe 2. It might be 2. 1, I don't have to hear wrestling fans bitch about how WWE street Jeff Hardy. And 2, he brought the music back. Did you hear the writing on the wall?
Did you hear the writing on the wall?
He brought it back. He said he was going to do it when the people came back, and he did it. And I was happy for him.
I didn't really. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of this. Like, it's not even a big deal. I don't know why people are making a big deal.
It's a big deal when you're Jeff Hardy, all right? And a solo Jeff Hardy run. This is a solo Jeff Hardy.
You know what I want back?
This is the one he got fired on.
I don't care about those entrance music. The entrance music I want is Sheamus and Lobsterhead. It's a shame to say Lobsterhead. All I want is
Well, no, forget that. That's the wrong. If I can get entrance music back, I need Drew McIntyre's old music of
Broken Dreams.
I forget what Broken Dreams, and I need Drew to go heel and come out to Broken Dreams. Fuck all this stuff. Fuck his story times.
Yeah, so let's get on to that.
Jinder got his ass.
Jinder calls Drew the beacon in the dark during the Thunderdome era. Drew attacks with a chair while Shanky sung Happy Birthday to the modern day Maharaja. And Marcus...
This doesn't even sound like a wrestling show when you say Shanky. It takes me out of I'm like, where were we? I've seen this, but I feel like this is some back alley. Shanky is wishing modern day Maharaja Happy Birthday. Where are we? In Compton?
Marcus, if there was no fans, I would have been okay with this segment. Because there were fans, I felt they liked it a little too hard. Where the Indian man was getting beaten by a chair more than 20 times. I feel they liked it a little bit too hard in Texas. I feel they did.
In the heart of Texas.
I feel they liked it a little too hard, and I didn't enjoy it. I sensed there was a hint of racism in those cheers.
Probably. I believe there's a hint of racism in a lot of those cheers, really.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
They're like, yeehaw! Do, shooting guns in the air, doing this. And like, they're all too excited. But, it could be Manny. Maybe they were just into Drew. I'm a Jinder guy. I'm rooting for Jinder in this feud, and I'm looking forward to this match. I think Jinder is a solid heel, and he looks the part.
But Jinder did go your route of, I could buy 10 motorcycles. That motorcycle means shit to me. He went your route.
Yes. It don't mean shit. The pettiness of, nah, that don't mean shit to me, son. I'll go buy some more. I'll burn this motorcycle right here. Fuck you. You and your replica sword, that's irreplaceable. You'll never have a replica again.
So, Alexa's Playground returns. Lily is back.
Why?
Why not?
Why is Lily back? Who missed Lily? Who said, "Fuck, man, I miss Lily"? It was on the show.
I did. I love everything Alexa Bliss does.
What do you think of Doudrop and Eva's matching outfits?
Do you know, I didn't care about it. It was the beret that got me. It was the beret that I was like, oh man, that hat is fire.
Hold on. My favorite thing though, Eva, the most athletic thing she's ever did was that fall for no reason.
Marcus, one of these days, my camera is going to be in black and white. I have a beret, I have a glass of wine, and I'll be smoking a cigarette.
At that moment, Manny, I'm going to say you turn heel. Him and his beret, smoking a cigar, hanging out with an ascot and a striped shirt, going like, we're going to take those lines out. Oh, shit, Manny. We can't go that hill.
If I'm using that voice, I'm not drinking wine. I'm drinking whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah. And you smoke 12 packs of cigarettes a day. Natty is even going like, you need to chill on these cigarettes, yo.
You're stealing my gimmick.
Stealing my gimmick. All right.
Yes, and then she dropped, which I just felt was stupid.
Was that voodoo is the reason she fell?
Yeah, it had to be.
Was
You don't fuck with Lily. You see what she did to Shayna Baszler? She was running for her life. Running for her
no
life.
explanation. Shayna returned this week. No one remembers.
I
No one
did.
remembers that Shayna died.
I did.
Like 4 weeks ago. But then again, Shayna dies a little bit inside whenever she gets those pinfalls. Damn. I swear to God, what's his name? Barry Horowitz had less pinfalls.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
But the
No, he
Brooklyn
didn't.
Brawler was on. Actually, got some pins more than Shayna Baszler. I think they have the same record right now.
No, I think Tony Nese has a bit worse record.
I'm willing to put Shayna Baszler on AEW Dark just to get some wins, man. Just to get some wins.
And then we get a main event: Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. It was like 10 minutes where Charlotte works the knee. For a Raw main event, it was okay, where it ended in a DQ.
Yeah.
And then Nikki inevitably cashes in and wins the women's championship.
Seems like the crowd loved it, I guess.
I think Vince loves the character
because of the match. I don't even know what this character is.
So
she's Nikki Ash. She's almost a superhero. I don't know if I'm supposed to be inspired by her or if I should be going like, damn, they have her as a clown now.
I can see it being good, and here's why. Something like that, you can outreach in merch to children, merch, toys, all that shit. So all that stuff is gonna sell. And Vince is in love with the character because of that, and then you could do all this like community outreach shit for good PR for WWE, especially as she's the women's champion now. It works in their favor to give them good PR, just like how what's his name, Daddy of the Year, what's his name, Titus is just great PR for WWE. So I think having her as the Raw Women's Champion is going to pay dividends in terms of like reforming their image and stuff like that.
But I just feel the gimmick is too silly for me. It's just too silly for me. And
it is silly.
And in a division that has real women fighters, that could be a better division on Raw. But Shayna's just jobbing all the time. Asuka is dancing or whatever she's doing, and you got the top with Charlotte and talking like she's the baddest person on the planet. I just feel like it doesn't mesh well. Like Charlotte feels like she's in reality, and Nikki Cross feels like a cartoon in Space Jam.
Oh, let's not talk about Space Jam.
No, we can talk about Space Jam. I can talk about Space Jam forever. I talked about for a total of my shift last night, maybe an hour of Space Jam.
See, Maurice is with me. He's on my way of thinking.
Money.
Yeah, it is good money. It is good money to think like that, though. They're going to make loads of money off merch. The children are back. She is going to be the John Cena to them. For a bit.
No.
There's that kid that fucking loves Stardust.
I want my kids to be raised up tough. I want them to be killers. I want them to look up to Charlotte and learn how to cheat. And call people bitch and flick the crowd off when they're mad. When they're chanting other people's names. I want a kid who's in an assembly and they go, "Oh yeah, you're an honor student? Fuck that one. It's all about me."
Although
I want to spell it B.
I feel like we do need to report a crime that happened on the show, like when Nikki Cross won the title.
Oh.
I have some evidence.
Ooh, Exhibit A, please. Whose hand is that?
I don't know, but he's clearly into feet.
He ain't into feet, man. He's into ankles. He's into ankles. He's one of those overtimers. Oh, she's showing a little ankle, ain't she?
That's dangerous.
I don't know, but I don't even know how. Maybe. Oh, you know what, Manny? That's one of the security guards holding up so she doesn't fall.
No, security guards do not wear suits like that.
I'm sure it had to be somebody there, because what if she got yanked in?
She did
Like,
get
clearly
yanked
that
in.
guy. I like there's the one guy in the mask there. Like, I'm not gonna spread my disease to anybody, but nobody else is. Nobody else is.
Oh, but there's the guy that's throwing up the too sweet.
Yep. Represent Nikki Cross representing the NNWO or the Bullet Club. Depending on, I don't know who he's representing, but it looks like he has a Dallas 316, so he could just be Satan himself.
Which means, can we see this guy's face in this? Nope, we can't.
Nope.
We can't determine who that guy is.
No. But yeah, feel good moment after a weekend of, you know,
Is that Tony Atlas-san?
But you know what? If you go back to that hand, Manny, it's a very little hand. Because Nikki Cross is a very little person. I feel like if I were to grab her ankles, my whole hand would be able to go around her ankles. That was a very little hand.
If this was dark, if this was the nighttime, she would have been grabbed and then taken in a car somewhere. Get in the van.
Yeah. In the van. This looks like a bad. This looks like Halloween, and you're like, "Oh, this could happen to you." No, you cosplay as Nikki Cross.
No, it isn't Bobby Lashley's hand.
No. That's the hand of a man right there. That's the hand of a man. But, you know, shout out to Nikki Cross and her title reign. NXT's tonight. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going now that we're back in the pandemic on Tuesday nights, because they have us in this enclosed CWC. I can't see it. I don't see it.
I do see
If
it.
I'm a kid, I'm dressing up as Sasha. Yes, it's a little slutty. But
No, because you know what the marketing's going to be after this. It's like, be whoever you want to be kind of stuff. You know it's going to happen. It happens every year.
No.
Hey, little
No.
kid, you do you.
I want
Be
kids to
whoever
strive
you wanna
to be
be.
better. No.
Aspire
You
to
strive
be
Charlotte.
whatever you
You strive
want.
to be. You strive to be Asuka. Come on, go out there. Hell, even glow like Naomi. Be Bianca. Be somebody. Be Bailey, a real role model. You don't have to be a superhero. Everybody does that. And if you're gonna be a superhero for Halloween, be a real superhero. Like, not an almost superhero. Don't be an SHIT. Go out there and
Shout
be
out to Rosie.
a real superhero. Yeah, shout out to Rosie, by the way. Be a real superhero. Be a Wonder Woman. Be a Black Widow.
No,
That's it.
don't be Black Widow. You be a sister. You be a sister. She has jacket with mini pocket.
Mini pockets. Look at this.
She's not
Occasionally-
Bane.
Bane is my go-to impersonation, okay? Everybody loves Bane.
Shout out to everyone in today. We have 8 people in here today.
Woo! It's going to be a
Um,
viewed show. We're going to get viewed a lot more because of John Cena's return. He's healthy for the wrestling business. I think NXT's rating's going to be up. AEW is going to do 1.7 million. And
1.7 is
something else.
too high.
I know, but they're gonna be happy because John Cena's back. The wrestling business is back healthy because John Cena's home, man. We got a star is finally home that isn't a racist asshole like Hogan. And The Rock, who never comes by anymore. The Rock is the daddy that always says he's gonna come by, but comes by once every 7 years.
So before we close out, there's a big title match on tonight. It is Raquel Gonzalez versus Xylee, and I believe we will have a new NXT Women's Champion tonight.
No, I don't believe that at all. You and Eric both feel this.
Marcus, you saw what she did.
See it? I don't see it.
You saw what she did to Mercedes Martinez. The spot could go wrong, and she could kick the shit out of Raquel. Raquel's strength is in her back. That her front is her front is her weakness.
She has a glass jaw, but she's gonna be like, unlike Mercedes Martinez, Michelle. I got all these names mixed up. Unlike Mercedes Martinez, Raquel Gonzalez is gonna be able to have her hands up the entire time and counter those kicks.
No, now would be the perfect time for Dakota to be like,
Right after the match, Dakota's turning. That's what I need. Right after the match. Come on, Dakota. Damn it, Dakota. That's all I want to say. That damn Dakota guy. That's all I want to hear. Turning on her best friends for the millionth time.
No, so I've got the perfect image for this.
Those knees forever.
And he hasn't been in this match for a while.
Come on, Charlotte.
Come on, Dakota.
Come on. I'm glad he graduated from the Apollo School, Apollo Crews Wrestling Referee School in NXT.
He is the best referee.
He is. I love his facials.
He never has no control. He never has any control on what's going on.
I respect him than 90% of the AEW referees who clearly don't know what they're doing and they're just flailing their arms and reacting.
Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't, because we'll send this man after you. We know him very well.
Yep.
See that vein?
I'm really disappointed.
See that vein?
No, I'm just.
We'll make him more angrier, and there'll be 12 veins there.
You know what I'm disappointed about Bobby? Is that he didn't come back with the ladies and Lashley's.
I was hoping for it to come back.
After he killed everybody, he comes back with more women. He comes back. He didn't learn his lesson at all. He did. Yeah, that's true too.
It'd be interesting to see where they go. It would really be interesting where they go with it. So we haven't done a plug for www.storefrontier.com/DSPN.
What? You mean for www.storefrontier.com where you could buy all the Sharpshooters merchandise? We never did a plug for that, where you can get Sharpshooter shirts, Untitled Manny and Market Show. There's some cool mugs. There's a mug that, there's masks. And
hold on, we have a mug.
Buckets. We have a mug.
We don't have a mug.
We don't have a mug. We don't have a mug.
I would love to have a mug.
We have a mug? I feel like we should have a mug. Why don't we have a mug?
Meet Marcus. You may know him from the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show and the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. You may know he spent the majority of last summer living in his car, and now he's lost all his money in Vegas.
To jump in on the clip,
help Marcus by donating to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast, or going to storefrontier.com/DSPN and buying some of our merch. Help today, before it's too late.
Baron Corbin stole my gimmick years ago. Son of a bitch.
We had this gimmick before Baron Corbin.
I know, he stole it. Oh, shoot. Since we're talking about things, it's time for the weekly update of the biggest video on the internet right now. Fiend video. Here's the score. Currently, 803 views, Manny.
I don't know who keeps watching this. I believe it's Marcus. Stop watching the Fiend video. Stop it.
It's going. Come on. If it gets over 1,000, I think we get ads.
No, you have to have 1,000 subscribers so you can get ads.
No!
Ross did say, "Why the fuck aren't we sipping out of mugs right now?" Because we're mugs right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a term
get-
in England. The term in America for you.
No, it's not. Other than this is our mug right here, is our face. We call that. And I do have a mug here. You just got to use your imagination.
When is the AEW show, guys? I'm all in now. if you didn't catch the show on Saturday,
The Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast.
we recap the actual live viewing of Ross watching AEW for the first time. It's possibly one of the funniest things ever. And I believe AEW is this Wednesday, and Ross should watch it prior to Thursday, and we will have him on to recap AEW.
Hey, Manny, I was tempted if I wasn't sleep deprived and dying of whatever this finger injury is, to have a poster of Ross. It said Ross Hell is all elite.
Do it. Especially because his running review video. Take the clip from that and then Photoshop it out because he's wearing his Space Jam top, so it needs to be done.
Yes. Welcome to the Space Jam, classic Space Jam, where R. Kelly and oversexed Lola Bunny that people were outraged about.
Well, she was more sexualized in the second one.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
They took her breasts away. Apparently, there was an outrage by the community that they took away her sex appeal in this one.
No, they made her more furry for the furry community that like that shit.
I don't know. There's some weirdos out there argue over the Space Jam.
It was. John Cena is a better
LeBron.
actor than LeBron. I'm just saying.
Did you hear the rumor of Space Jam 3 starring The Rock?
What?
Space
What's
Jam
The Rock
3
going to bring
starring
to it? The Rock can't play basketball.
Fuck basketball, Manny. Fuck basketball. If we get Space Jam with The Rock, it has to be wrestling. It has to be wrestling. And I'm all for wrestlers versus Looney Tunes. I'm all for it.
Do you know what I need now? I do not want to watch any Space Jam ever again unless Michael B. Jordan is the lead actor in that movie.
But he has to. I only want him to be the lead actor if he's playing the son of Michael Jordan.
It could be
Michael
arranged.
I don't know. Mike seems to be busy ripping Scottie Pippen or something. I don't know. Drinking whatever he's drinking.
Space Jam 3, this time we go Greek. I don't even know what that means.
No, either.
And on that note, guys.
Now that me and Manny are both confused.
Yeah, as we're both confused by Ross, we will be back on Thursday. Make sure you check us out on Thursday as we recap tonight's NXT and tomorrow's AEW. Ross may be with us if he watches AEW in time for the show.
Find out if he's all elite.
Find out if he's fully all elite. Find out if he's sporting Cody's blazer come Thursday.
Manny, over or under half of Jay White on Dynamite this week?
Probably will get him.
I don't know. I honestly don't know because they never incorporate Dynamite stuff. I mean, Impact stuff on Dynamite.
Chris Bay joined the Bullet Club.
I saw that. And
I don't know where else you go with that.
Dare I say, is he the first black man in Bullet Club? Can't think of one. Ballet Fella is really dark, but not.
No, he's Samoan.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He dark. Shoot. Nematunga, no. Tamala, no.
No, there isn't. Was there? No.
Was Shelton in it for a bit when they were doing the Global Force Wrestling shit? I can't remember.
I've got a shit neck tattoo booked for Wednesday afternoon. That's how all in I am. Ross, don't do it. Your daughter will never respect you.
Oh, man. Manny, we should do that on the show. How all in are you? Ross got
yes, all in.
I know how all in am. I got a son of a wrestler to come in that you just gonna have to love, no matter how shitty they are. That's how all in I am.
Ross, your daughter will never respect you if you get that neck tattoo. Never.
And especially if you gotta explain it. I was inspired by this man, Cody Rhodes, who he ended racism. In 2020, when racism was at its peak of hatred, other than the civil rights movement.
Well, I believe he failed.
Cody Rhodes said, "I did it."
No, he failed because months afterwards, Rashford, Sancho, and Saka all got racially abused, and so did Lewis Hamilton for winning the British Grand Prix. He won, and he's managed to get racially abused.
How dare you, Manny? You mistook Cody's words. He ended racism in America. I'm sorry about you guys, but Cody freed me and the rest of my black brothers over here.
Oh, yeah.
He's the single reason Derek Chauvin was locked in prison because of Cody and his baby. That's what happened.
That baby's going to be so entitled.
Oh, yeah. The entitled Cody Rhodes show. He's still in our other shows. Anything But Wrestling, the podcast with Cody. Psh, rip off.
He basically stole the Tangent show, which I never get around to doing. Which is basically doing rip-offs like this. Just clipping all together, which is too much work.
We're the ones ripping off people on YouTube with minuscule views. How dare you?
That's how we roll. And on that note, guys, see you on Thursday. Peace.